And Bubba, just do it. Just do it. So here we go. We're gonna do it. Hey guys, Bubba here. How are you guys doing? I'm a little nervous. I haven't done this in a hot minute, so this is gonna be a little different. And I don't want to stare at the screen too much tonight, but I was talking to Coffee Angel, some of the people in here, Renee Vester, Luke Donelli, talking about just want to do another live stream and just to maybe just talk, just chat, and because so many other live streams out there, you guys have been blessings to me, and just so people can come in and just chat. Oh, here we are live. So we have that. Yeah, I know. I've got to find some different glasses. Excuse me here. Yeah, I've got to find some different glasses. Okay. Hey, Austin, how you doing? So yeah, maybe just to encourage people and just talk. But guys, there's so much going on, and I even just this the little title. It's kind of like riding a bike. I haven't done a video in forever years, but just been learning so much, digging in. The times are getting so crazy. You guys, AEOT, Kev R, great to see you, Pamela, April Dawn, everybody. All these people are finally coming in right on. Yeah, and I should have actually put this up, but it's so good to see all these people. Delita, hey, how are you doing from Missouri? TJ Antipas, I hope I said that right. I haven't seen you guys for 100 years, but this is fun. This is great to see you guys again. And actually, this brings a smile to me. And Marty Lauderdale, another. I mean, it's just an encouragement to me. And this has been a ride. This has been a crazy ride. Dig Deeper Ministry, great to see you. Greatest exchange, no way. Oh, cool. So many cool people. Save reports. Oh my gosh, guys, this is like a family reunion, and this is what I love. I was just last night even. It's just a couple of people, Luke Donelli, a couple other people. Pamela is now in here. Watchwoman Yvonne. We were in a live stream last night. A couple others. Mr. Pocket Full of Steel, and people are like, "Dude, do it." But there's so many good people out there doing live streams. That's why I haven't done it, because I've been learning so much. And but then I got to thinking too, like, but you know what? Satan wants. I'm nobody. I'm nobody, right? I'm just Bubba. I'm just a hillbilly who loves the Lord. And I love digging in, and I love finding out more knowledge, or just the truth in the Bible, because there's so much, guys. There's so much, and it's exploding these days, because literally prophecies are popping out, and it's so cool and it's so exciting. Yeah, when will the leaving be leaving? That's the big question. It could be anything from now until. I mean, Jab Niels, you guys, so many of you. Yeah, look at all you guys. Brandon 64, no way. Yeah, and dig deeper where he nailed it right there. Knowledge will increase, and I love how Chuck Missler. I'm a big Chuck Missler fan lately. Just I miss these old school guys. Nothing wrong with these new school guys, but you know what I mean, like the ones that. And if I remember right, I think Chuck Missler just got his start. I don't think he was called to be like a prophecy or a layman or a pastor even per se. He was just called by the Lord just to speak, I guess, and just talk forth maybe. And and if anything, I think that's a conviction I've been having lately, is like the Holy Spirit's telling me, you know what, Satan's greatest victory is getting me to shut my mouth. But again, I'm nobody. Not unto us, O Lord, not unto us, but to thy name we give glory, because of your mercy, because of your truth. Psalm 115:1. I mean, this should be nothing of us, but just everything for him, everything for the Lord, because this is getting so crazy. I want to read chat. I want to see what you guys want to discuss. There's so much popping off in the Middle East. There's so much I'm sharing on Telegram. If you guys don't have Telegram, check it out. If you do, great. If not, no worries. But I haven't been putting up as much on the YouTube side, just because we see what's coming up. And this whole thing with the UN SDG this next week is going to be huge. Huge. The 18th and 19th. What are those? The SDGs. Why does the S always slip my mind? Developmental goals. These 17 SDGs. But then Wednesday through Friday, the 18th through the 20th, you have the treating signing ceremonies. And the 21st is, of course, International Day of Peace. They want to also, on the 31st, something to do with universal health care. And this is all tying into the World Health Organization's, they have their big, I was posting this on the Telegram earlier about the October 15th through the 17th in Berlin, Germany, is when they're going to have this next World Health thing. And some of you guys have caught what Klaus Schwab has been saying. You know, the full-on New World Order, the George W. Bush. I mean, it's not, you know, it's full-on. This is the end game kind of scenario. Lindy Kaz, great to see you. Bill Bailey, how are you doing? Forgive me, y'all. I'm gonna make April Dawn. I'm gonna make y'all moderators because you guys are fun. I've seen you guys before. Bill Bailey, you guys check him out. He's another great one, and I've only come to know him through Watchman Dan live streams and Real Bible, Real Life. Lonnie, she's great. I mean, there's so many people. There's so many good other live streams out there, but at the same time, there's so few. If that makes sense. There's so few today that actually stick to the Word of God and actually teach doctrine and didache, D-I-D-A-C-H-E, the teachings, you know what I mean? The teachings of the Word of God, the teachings of the Lord Jesus Christ. I mean, this is how crazy it is. And we're just seeing it, you know, the 1 Timothy 4, 2 Timothy 3, just lining up perfectly. And you know, the lawlessness is increasing. Just watching that video of in Vegas where those two young men, they stole the car. You know, they did that pit maneuver on the other car and took the life of that retired police officer who was riding his bike. And, you know, all kinds of just emotions dwell up and well up within. But, you know, that's another thing, is just trying to keep our mindset just... We've got to be so careful with what goes in. What goes in. You know, the helmet of salvation to protect our minds. You know, the number one thing Jesus said when the disciples asked him, Matthew 24, what will be the sign? He gave him a whole list. But the number one thing he said, number one, was deception. We're seeing that everywhere. From within the body. But we're also seeing, you know, I'm going to get, I need to read comments here. Yeah, you guys, I don't even know where to go here because you guys are just so great. Just seeing you all in here. Sister Golden here. Great to see you, Daryl Calhoun. So many of you guys in here. Guys, we still have time. And Dig Deeper Ministry, Josh, I love challenging, and I love even reaching out to Luke Donnelly lately. And I've been missing this. I've been missing you guys. And I've got my text in there. It's a 317 local area code number 300 host. I was going to do a call-in show years ago, you know, kind of be like Mark Fogel back in the day or whatever, but I was going to do a call-in, but it was 300-4678. But text me. I've been wanting to sharpen iron with others, if that makes sense. And this whole thing with the Hebrews 10:25, forsake not the assembling of ourselves together, as the manner of some is, which so many are doing that, but we need to be doing this so much more as we see the day approaching. And this is why I love coming into, like here, we're assembling, I feel like I'm, Sister Golden here, you've been missing your end time reports. Well, there's, we don't get no wrench. You guys, I'll give you, you know, Craig the Hunter, great to see you. Sherry Charles, great to see you. You know, so many of these good people that I've met along the way. EOT, I mean, Marty Lauderdale, I mean, D23, I mean, there's Daryl Calhoun, I mean, there's so many. There's the Coffee Angel, just chatting with her. But yeah, we don't have we're having church now. Yeah, I totally agree, Sister Golden Hair, I totally agree. We are so very close. So many people are looking at this weekend or this month as being the departure date. I'm on board with that to a certain extent, but I also see that I don't see it yet, just in the, and I know that'll probably tick people off, but it is what it is. And I don't mean that in a facetious or I hope it happened yesterday, because I'm surprised I'm even still having this video with you all and not talking to you in real life. And the glory of the Father right now, because this is how close we are to be leaving. But we're not here yet. It's so close. It's so close. It's so close. I, I'm not even, this whole thing with this 7-year thing that's coming up on this next week. I'm not sure that that's it yet. I don't know, because they are trying to do that 18th SDG thing, making Palestine and the whole thing with the split agenda. And you did have Saudi Arabia, and I need to put that on Telegram, where they put up the new map of Israel and Jordan, but it says Palestine and Jordan. It's basically a Transjordan kind of a thing. And that kind of ties right into what I was chatting with Watchwoman Yvonne, the Hashemite kingdom of Jordan. And that part has always eluded to me, and I'll check y'all's comments too. But the 3 areas that elude the Antichrist power: Ammon, Moab, Edom, Jordan. Where we know Petra, Edom, the southern, where flee, Matthew 24. When you see these things, pray you're not pregnant. Can you imagine the logistics if you are pregnant or nursing and having to flee to the mountains of that? Jesus told you not even those people to go back to their homes, not even to. Oh, that's another phenomenal one. The G20, crazy, yeah. The digital ID, yeah. That's this is the next big thing. And chatting with Slow Driver 139. I hope she pops in. I'm looking. Another really cool gal that met along the way, and she, she was asking if we were going to have to do that digital ID thing. I don't know. But we do know that, and this is public record. This is nothing to be blocked to YouTube, because you all know this. But July 1st, basically at the end of June, the World Health Organization and the United Nations took over the European Union's COVID pass, which included all of their member states and 51 non-member states. So the World Health Organization took those in under their umbrella, and they're going to use this technology as vaccination status for the entire world, because they want to know every single human being on the planet and give every single human being a digital ID. That way they can provide peace and security, peace and safety, because then they will know all. They can then be, in their demonic mindset, be the omnipotence, all-powerful, all-knowing, omniscient of God Almighty, but Lucifer can't do that, so he's going to have everything brought to him on a silver platter. Basically, he's, and I just think back to when I was the flight attendant for years, and just like, they're basically, they have the airplane fueled up, ready to go. All the passengers are on board. They're just waiting for the captain. I mean, it's all being set up for him. It is all being set. Marty, it is truly, and I was in tears yesterday, just digging in. No, even in the live stream, just watching another gal. It was on John, Watchman for That Great Day, and he had Bob Barber on there, and Barry All was on there, and Aaron was on there from Got a Minute, and other people were popping in and stuff. It's kind of neat, but this gal was giving her story and testimony, and how she had lost her husband, and it brought me to tears, because it just reminded me of, oh gosh, it's hard to believe, dudes. 12 years. Yeah, but we're that's the coolest thing too, because when Jesus comes back to get us, they come with it. They come with Jesus, because they come back. We meet them in the air. That is the wildest thing. Have you guys had? I'm just gonna check. Morocco, Libya, Hawaii. Major events this week. Yeah, it's God's plan. I will not comply. Yeah. There's so much that we know, and it's explosion coming. Yeah. It's insane. And I had to throw these glasses on, guys, because this eye has been bugging me. So I feel like one of these. Oh, cool, Jackie Evans. There's so many people in here. So many fun people. DC09 TNT. Oh, so many cool. Oh man, everybody. Yeah. Time for a beverage, huh? What do we have here? We have a plant-based Aka, I think is how you say it. Energy drink. I don't know. They're actually not too bad. They give you extra energy. Maybe I don't need it anymore. got the coffee right next to it. Ay. 58 watching. Awesome. You know what, Bill? When you put those numbers up, I was like, oh, wow. And it gives whoever's coming in to notice. And no, it's actually really cool. Let's see here. What do you guys want to talk about? I want to ask you guys. Chris, hey, how are you doing? Great to see you in here. So are you in here too? Do you guys have questions? I mean, there's so much, guys. There's so much. And I don't put out much because, seriously, so many other people do such a good job at it. And that's why I'm like, why rehash stuff? But I think another reason why the people like the Telegram site is because I put up crap that, and stuff that other people usually, or some people don't see. I mean, I guess I take it for granted because I think a lot of us that look into this stuff, if I see it, I figure everyone else has seen it. But, it's not always the case. And I feel bad about that kind of stuff. Next event, hey, Alien Girl, how are you doing? Next event coming, which one? You mean... thank you. Yeah, lockdown. Yeah. That's all part of the plan. Part of the shenanigans too. Yeah, and my friend Angel, if she's still in here, yeah, she sent me the thing where the Pfizer community, I think it is, the 2023 to 2024 has been sent. Yeah, it's begun shipping. Yeah, because all the different pharmaceutical. Yeah, they're all manufacturing. They're ready to go. Yeah. And the QR code is going to be the big one, and everybody has them on their phones. This happened, COVID, this happened, what was it, May? I remember even, what was it? I think I was texting Jackie or something back, April or May of 2020. Every single Android, every single iPhone, they put it on. They put on the health passport onto it's in your settings. It's in your settings. And, we know, and I was showing this to my mom too, because, hold on, we're almost there. I was trying to explain to her how we're all going to have to use we're all going to have to end up using that on our phones. And that's going to be the weirdest thing too, when there's no money. When there's no swapping of 20s for somebody mowing your yard or, teenager. I mean, that's going to be so... And I was telling Mom that too. I was so excited Dad got to come home from the hospital and stuff. So going over, seeing Mom, and just... I guess there's so many people that still don't understand that this is part of the whole... this is part of the whole end game, to get the whole world into... the full on track and trace, and that's part of the thing with the Internet of Things, the Internet of Nano Things, the Internet of and they've got so many cool technologies too, but then, they're creating the embryos now without the egg and the sperm because they're mixing and matching, and it's blowing, and it's just the insanity too of just the days of Noah, of December 6th, and the DNA, the full... That, I mean, and you guys are starting to see it too. The Michael Gale, good to see you. Don Riverstone, hey, great to see you. Yeah, I know. Praise the Lord, my dad's back home. Yeah, he had hip surgery. He fell. He was holding on to his walker and let go a month or two back or whatever, and ended up getting COVID, the newest batch, I guess, the newest COVID, supposedly. Him and Mom, of all things. So that was interesting. And I told Mom, I said, yeah, you're probably going to be one of the first two cases for Indiana back in August of the new the new variant. So yeah, I'm sure they were... Mom and Dad are probably the two of the first numbers. That's kind of fun. Dr. Google, yeah, I know. I know everything will be completely normal, dude. Yeah, and yeah, Bill Bailey knows so much too. Oh my gosh, guys, check his channel out because he knows so much too. He's been digging in, and the whole thing, yeah, he nailed it. Yeah, everything with the crypto and your body producing, because you're going to have to produce enough energy to produce a crypto, to produce enough value to you as a human being, as an inhabitant of the earth, which is a very specific term in the book of Revelation, and it's for a specific set of people. Yeah. That's another one. September and October. Bill Bailey, yeah, Sherry Charles, yeah, she knows, yeah. And see, I've only come into like Bill Bailey and others just through Watchman Dan, and he's been doing those videos in the morning. It's kind of fun, waking up, born ultimatum on steroids. Yeah, even that super soldier thing and the whole thing that they have going, and you guys are noticing, I know you've probably been picking up on it too, but there are so many wars, and if not, there are so many rumors. So many rumors of wars now. The whole thing with Niger, that whole thing with ECOWAS, and the whole thing, I thought that was going to come to fruition. We're still waiting. You still got France in there, you know. You've got Iran that's been moving military stuff into North Iran is moving military stuff into northwestern Iraq, into Syria, just on the other side of the Euphrates River, of where we have it's at least 3,500 of our boys over in Syria, protecting the oil fields, stealing the oil. And we have for years. I mean, that's no secret anymore. But it just amazes me because even just digging into Micah 5, 5, and 6, and then tying it into so many others for the Antichrist, the Assyrian, up there, and the whole thing with Euphrates River. Right there, Deir ez-Zor is the splitting of the Euphrates River where our American boys are, and you have all Syria's people, you've got all the Iranian people that are moving in. And there's a thing on Israel Radar today that said too, and maybe I should just read that, because talking about how many of the Iranians are in Syria. The IRGC is in Syria, ready to come down. Yeah, let's get back to you guys. Yeah, if Netanyahu doesn't split the land, they're saying the U.S. will cause civil war like Gaddafi. Unreal. America's asking for it. Yeah, and even, hey, B-Dog, great to see you. Yeah, and even Netanyahu has said that if he can get this normalization deal with Saudi, he will be willing to step down and let someone else basically come in to his place and take over. So, I mean, yeah, the Azerbaijan thing. That's another thing, because Israel's flying in weapons into Azerbaijan. You've got Iran sending stuff, and then you've got Armenia, and you have the U.S. I mean, oh, man. But again, that's all part of that whole, like, you know, the ramparts and the steps there into the northern. Yeah, man, the Trojan horse is happening to America. Yeah, I know. It's crazy. What are you guys seeing? I mean, I'm seeing this whole thing too with Israel. I can't believe it's as quiet as it's been, honestly. Israel took out a couple of the Hamas Outlook posts. Hamas is going to continue to come up against the borders and to try to infiltrate into Israel, and they keep talking about sending those incendiary balloons and stuff. But the big thing I'm watching is the Temple Mount, because they're talking about defending the Al-Aqsa Mosque or the Temple Mount again, and they want to bring a bunch of the young men up. And it's not so much today and tomorrow, especially tomorrow, because it's open again. But the Sunday, because it's not so much now that they want to fight against Israel, the Arabs and stuff. It's coming down the road, because there's 22 days or something like that where they want to. Yeah, it's all kinds of stuff. Yeah, and all the high tech. You're right, John Dunning. Yeah, the people will. Yeah, there'll be. All the high tech is moving to the Middle East. I'm seeing that Saudi Arabia. Saudi Arabia wants to become like a mega hub, like the hub that connects Asia to Europe to the Middle East, and and it ties into like the China Silk Road thing. That's another thing. We got anybody's. I know. Where are we? All right, I'm way behind. I hope people open their eyes soon, dude. Yeah, now. Yeah. How to use my channel detailed about put short 6,000 videos. Wow, Bill. Happy days. It's great to see you. Haven't seen you for a long time. What are you guys seeing? What are you guys worried about? I mean, there's so much doom and gloom out there as well. And that's another thing, is where to begin. I kind of want to do this. Yeah, and that's the other thing too. The whole alien scenario is ramping up, and I'm surprised they haven't kicked it up further of a notch yet. Um, I mean, they've come out with some things, but they've got so far to go, in my opinion. In other words, it's like, okay, I guess here's what I'm trying to get at. It feels like they're holding something back. And I know the restrainer is restraining evil, and he's helping to restrain it through us, and that's our duty and our calling. But I mean, it feels like we should be worse off than we are, if that makes sense, or further down that line, maybe. In other words, I feel like this is truly like a calm before the storm. And even when Jesus says, "Behold, I come quickly," it's that take. It's the like speeding up. The full on like it's gonna come and just boom, fast. Yeah. Mom and Dad are doing better. Yeah. Let's see here. Where are we? Oh, sorry. Oh, Betty R. It's great to see you. I haven't seen you for 100 years. Born for this. How are you doing? Yeah, going to the store makes you nervous. And man, that's another thing. The lawlessness, just the craziness around. The lack of control, the lack of. You guys are seeing, I know, the speeding, the reckless driving, like probably nobody's business before. How are you doing? What's going on? Macron will be president at the New York summit. There's going to be so many people there meeting at the sidelines. And that's another thing that really got me going. Yeah, it's definitely the calm before the storm. The thing that got me going was how that at this meeting, too, they're not going to have the Palestinians and the Israelis meeting to talk. It's going to be the U.S., it's going to be Saudi. Turkey is Erdogan. He's one of these. He's high on my list of a candidate for, or at least his empire up there is the king of the north, of course. That's another. See, that's another thing. Oh man, this has been fun though. This has been so much fun. Just somebody was asking too, like in a live stream yesterday, when did we? And I'll ask you guys. Maybe it's fun, maybe it's not. But when did your eyes start awakening up to like Bible prophecy and it's all starting to come together, or everything that we've been told isn't as we thought it was growing up? Some people were saying like COVID woke them up. Other people were saying like, yeah, 2001. Other people are saying like the movie's 2012. Other people are saying like the September 23rd, 2017. Yeah, I know, that's another one. Yeah, the Kings of the East get together with Russia. Yeah. Watching since 1982. Nice, Bill. Yeah, the lockdowns. Yeah, spring 19. Yeah, 2020, 2019. Yeah. I think the lockdowns was a big wake up call. And I think that's going to be another big wake up call when people realize like 9/11 is another big one. Yeah. Hey, Murgy, how are you doing? Oh, really? Oh, no, I feel bad for this. Oh, when Obama ran. Oh, really? Oh, Sharon Rose, how are you doing? When the pandemic started. Yeah. Epstein. Okay, sure. Presidents and prime ministers all gave the same New World Order speech. Oh, yeah. Yeah, I remember that. I remember ID 2020. Yeah, 2020 Perfect Vision. The lying of farm. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Man. I know you guys have seen that too, and how many of the advertisements on TV, it's like one of every two now is like 2016, Sharon, yeah. I believe it. The predictive programming, it is so big. It is so big. Yeah, but I still see. Oh man, I don't know, guys. I don't know when this 7-year dealio is coming. I don't know when this treaty, when the real one is. I don't know when the full on, because I know that They want the digital ID CBDC globally second quarter of 2024, and there's something there too with that second quarter of 2024 with the World Health Organization, but there's also something of 2025 that I've been looking. So I think that's the $1 million question, and maybe you guys would know better. Maybe Bill and Bailey would know. But there's some date I think when they want this actually to really get digging into the full on. We're just going Indy 500 style towards the finish line. But I mean, there's a date that's coming up, and I don't know, but I've also wondered, and I know that there's so many things they can't do with us still here, if that makes sense. Rebecca H, how are you doing? Hey, how are you? Diane Wood, great to see you. Man, there's so many good people here. I have to be careful when I add people in the moderators, because if I do it too fast, it says put user in timeout. So I've learned not to do that. The lockdowns bit the evil ones in the rear, didn't have the effects they really wanted. And many came to salvation. You're right. Coffee Angel, and I told my mom too. I said, as much as we all hated the whole COVID thing, because in a way it was like Satan used a spear and he threw it right into the heart of every single home on this planet and just threw it straight into, like, split it into a million pieces. So you go this way, you go this way, you go this way, you go this way. Because I've seen that in my home. I've seen that in other homes. Where it's taken away and it's the whole separate 6 feet apart, 6 feet down, the number 6. I mean, it's all because they don't want us to have that human touch, because without the human touch, we're nothing more than basically, we could be a Borg, an AI robot, because the emotion, you know what I mean? They're pulling, because they want to pull that away from humanity so that our hearts are turning cold, Kevar. Yeah, most definitely. And men's hearts are going to get hardened. That's what I was telling my buddy Bart just down the street. Hey, Cindy, Krista, how are you doing? Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. Rebecca H, I hope I did that to you right. Okay, see, I can't. This is weird. When you're doing a live stream, I can't put it into all chat. It just says top messages. I can't unless there's something different. I don't see a way. You know what I mean? How you can change it anyway. Kay Stover, how you doing? Yeah, hence the mask and the 6 feet distance. Yeah, it's they don't, man. And we've seen so many of those studies that have come out talking about the mask and this, that, the other, the bacterias, and that's another thing. I'm seeing big is that, man, that thing in Libya. The Morocco earthquake was horrible. Oh, yeah. Let's just talk some of the global stuff, the Morocco thing. But then just seeing the Libya thing, how 10,000 probably, if not more, gone. I mean, and then there's just bodies floating out the ocean. And cholera is spreading. And I was trying to translate it. I saw it on Twitter before I came on, but something about at least, well, the 150 people could have been yesterday's numbers, but something like 800,000 people will be affected by the water and not having good drinking water. And that's going to be a big thing. Big thing. The beasts, the Therion, the beasties, not even, when the Bible talks about beasts, it's not, I was talking about big, ugly, roaring lion beasts. It can be talking about the microscopic Therion, the things that Levon Vanderhook, or whatever his name, when he saw the microscope, when he's like, the Therion, the beasties, the microscopic things. I mean, this is what the pestilences, I mean, when that stuff gets kicking, whoo, man. Yeah, the $2 million worth of guns. Oh, yeah. No one's talking about Libya. I know it. Yeah. The cholera is going to be nuts. Yeah, the 2 reservoirs, the 2 dams, and the whole thing broke through. 20,000 plus. See, I wouldn't doubt it. Yeah. And just those torrents of the water. I mean, this thing was, 18, 20 feet high. Just, if not more, just washing out people. I'm like, and it was, a lot of it in the middle of the night too. And saw how that thing moved over Morocco into Africa and just, yeah, be of good cheer. I know it's just horrible. Tried to act against Israel, and Ezekiel shows the wrath of God poured upon them. Well, and remember when they had, well, yeah, it was Libya. It was, oh man, ooh, she just put up a good point. I know I'm going conspiratorial thinking here, but right when that Libya thing hit with the whole was right after the news came out that the Israeli ambassador and the Libyan ambassador were talking, and basically they had secretly had been 2 years of talks of possibly joining the Abraham Accords, and somebody opened their mouth, and that whole deal went to the wayside. Libyans started protesting, setting fires and riots. A week or so later, boom, Libya happens. The flooding, the whole geostorm kind of a scenario that moved through. I mean, yeah, she might have a point. Sewer water for a few days. Have you guys noticed that too, Lindy? I don't know if you have, but like I've noticed even just some of the tap water, just smelling it lately. It doesn't smell like when we were kids, if that makes sense. I mean, man. And I think even researching that, what is it? The 79% of the Earth, I think, or something like that, something crazy, something like that, of the Earth is covered with water. And of all the water on Earth, only 3% is actually drinkable or something. And of that 3%, only 1/3 of that 3% is actually drinkable that's not frozen or in a tundra or a glacier or something, or under the ground, I guess, or something like that. So I guess there's, and even just digging through the trumpets in Revelation 8 and how the thirds, and the water. And then fast forwarding to 15 into 16, where all water turns to blood. All water on the earth turns to blood. Basically, God says, you want to kill all of these saints and you're killing all these people that are staying true to their word for the love of the Lord Jesus Christ and for the word of God and the testimony of their faith. I'm going to not only turn up the heat and burn you and scorch you, but I'm going to make it dark, and then I'm going to turn all your water to blood. I'm going to make you drink blood. But here, here's something else that hit me. Watch the water. Yeah, Diane, that's another big one. Distilled water is some of the best. Yes, love distilled water. After researching it and stuff, distilled. Yes. But then I was listening to Chuck Missler. I was going through his Revelation series lately. I've been doing DoorDash lately, and I've been listening, and just hearing different things. And I don't know about you guys, but have you guys heard different things? Like, and you'll hear something, and it's like it'll click. Like, whoa. But what was the punishment God used for people in the Old Testament when they blasphemed God? What was the punishment for those who blasphemed God? He stoned them. What's the very last bowl that gets poured out with 100-pound hailstones? Because they are repeatedly basically giving God the finger and they're blaspheming God. And he's like, really? I'm going to stone you with 100-pound hailstones. Boom. And I'm like, and it just kind of clicked like, whoa. I mean, just to realize how much of long suffering our God truly has, and he's just holding this all in right now. It's just, oh man. All right, so yeah. Lindy Cass, great to see you. Yeah, he's snowing him. Yeah. Thank you. Yeah, I knew it was like, yeah. Thank you, Bill Bailey. No, I was. That's what I was trying to figure out, because I thought it was something around 70% was water. Yeah. Antarctica is 3%. Okay, there you go. Yeah. Oh man, I hope everybody's good here. Okay, no, I see everybody. Yeah, are you guys seeing that too? They're talking about what was it? The Benadryl or something. The Sudafeds or something. They want to remove that. Something where they want to get rid of the stuff to help you get rid of the phlegm and the coughing. interesting, because isn't that what they want? Is all of this RSV stuff, all of this respiratory, and with all the smoke and all the fires? I mean, and it kind of makes sense. They want to remove the products that would actually help the human body, or to help like an expectorant, or maybe that's not what it is. But I thought I was reading or seeing something like that. Is you guys, yeah, and see, isn't that what it is, sister? Isn't that the stuff that'll help dry you up and help dry up the sniffle? You know what I mean? The runniness, and I think they want everybody just to be sick, so they have to. Luciana, great to see you. Sharon Rose, yeah, go off. Okay, um, yeah, but I thought they were talking about that's something they were wanting to take away and stuff that like that. But yeah, well, I've been going for a long time. I don't want to keep you guys. I don't want to bore you guys. That's the thing I don't want to do, and that's why I didn't want to do the live stream. I just don't want to bore people. So I don't want to just be somebody just blabbing. But I want to talk about things that are going on, but just talk with you guys and see what's going on. Only on Twitter. Oh, hey, Wiseman. Hey, how are you doing? Now I know you are. Good to see you, buddy. Now I know you are. It took me a second. I was like, oh, I know that, but I don't. Let's see. Who else? What else? What else we have going? Yeah, we've got to watch everything that's going on, because I think a lot of stuff's going to get really start ramping up here. And I have a feeling that something's going to happen with Israel to get the eyes off of the UN and the big talks in New York. I have a feeling something that they want to get the news cycle off of that, so that we're not looking at it or something. But maybe not. Maybe it's not ready yet. It just feels like it's, but it almost feels like it's, this almost sounds too weird too, but this isn't normal. This isn't normal. The rhetoric that's been building up isn't normal. And I saw today where the International Association of the Atomic Association, who's doing Iran basically, Iran has come out and said that they are basically going to block 1/3 of their highly trained people to come in and check their enrichment activities. And it's okay under the rules for countries like Iran and their non-proliferation nuclear agreements to say, we don't want this guy to come in and look at our stuff because we didn't get a good vibe from him or whatnot. But they went above and beyond, and they have said no to at least 1/3, and they haven't given a direct number yet. But they're basically calling the shots, and they don't want the world to see what they're doing. And I think Israel knows this, and I think this is why Israel's getting ready. Israel is definitely getting ready. But I think what we're going to still see is Israel's going to be hitting Syria and taking out the Iranian radars more. But that's only if they take the northern route, because they could be taking the central or southern route over Saudi Arabia, and they have it planned and they have it ready to go to take out the full-on Iran. So we'll see. We'll see what's going on. But they want that war, and they want it to be done. I have a feeling he might pull this off too if he knows that this treaty isn't going to go down this week with the normalization, because they all could be meeting on the side to have this normalization be signed off as sneaking it in to have Israel put in and to have them split, and to give East Jerusalem to the Palestinians and to give them basically the West Bank, Judea and Samaria. And this is why they're moving in new ambassadors into Jerusalem. Saudi has sent their ambassador. Jordan is now getting an ambassador. It's like they're all getting ready to put this ambassador in place, like they know it's getting ready to come together. So that's the big thing that everyone is watching. But it is coming together. It's like they are keeping it quiet for a reason. But if Tyler 2434, Generation 2434 is right, and they are, and I'm seeing what he's putting, I'm catching what he's putting down, because they're trying to keep it very quiet. They're trying to keep it very quiet. I'm not saying this is it. I'm not saying that this is the 7-year treaty, but they do want to have a 7-year recommitment treaty to take them to the year 2030. And they want it to be signed in the next few days. So, and yes, they are saying peace and security. Because I just threw that up there for the other day, the International Day of Peace, and they celebrated it on Thursday. A day they're not celebrating it on the 21st on Thursday because the UN will be under lockdown for their General Assembly because pretty much half of the world will be there, if not. So it will be interesting to watch. It will be very interesting to watch. And it could come it could come that fast. Boom. We all think there's a gap. Not sure. There still could be. There still could be 2 years. But yeah, and that's another thing. Watching the Marburg, watching everything that's coming up with what they have planned. But they've got the solution. So we've got to always keep in mind they are going to present the solution. They are going to present the solution. They're definitely going to present the solution. I still personally believe that Iran's going to be hit first. They're going to call on all of their proxies to wipe off Israel from being a nation, that their name be remembered no more in remembrance. Israel will do really well at the beginning, but towards the end they will really get hurt badly, especially the northern 2/3. And they will pull out their top shelf nukes, and they'll lay Damascus to waste. And they'll do it to other cities like Aleppo. They won't you won't see this just happen to just, they're going to make it known to the world. It won't just be Damascus. Even though Isaiah 14:1 to 14 only, or Isaiah 17:1 to 14 only talks about Damascus. So it gives reference to other cities in Syria. Oh, that's another interesting thing. We've got today, the United States just came out with their new embassy in Syria, and they are now calling it the United States Embassy of Syria instead of the United States Embassy of Damascus. So there's some things going on. There's some things going on. There's definitely some things going on. Fun fact. You know what? I'm gonna go higher, Bill. I'm gonna go with the email that what's his name let loose back in, what was it, 2006, when he said about 200. But the world believes, yeah, anywhere between like 60 and 90 nukes, and I believe that's right. I believe it's probably double that, but they're gonna they're gonna put forth their force, and this will cause all the attacking Arab nations to wave up their white flags of surrender and be ready for peace, and they'll be ready for peace and safety, and this will stop the Ukraine war, at least momentarily, and it will stop anything else from happening, because they will stop and watch to see this is what's going on with the Middle East, because this will be the first time since Hiroshima and Nagasaki, I guess, that the nuclear, well, I mean, there's been other examples, but you know what I mean. So it'll be interesting to watch. I've heard that, Coffee, about the third temple, but I still believe they have plans. They still have plans up top. Because that wouldn't be very pleasing for the Jews and for the Jews from around the world to travel to the third temple and to have to go underground. I have a feeling that some of these missiles will be taking out some shiny domes on the Temple Mount. That's just a personal possibility. Yeah, that's another one. The China and the Taiwan thing, that's all ramping up big time. Big time. I love that. Be of good cheer. Yeah, God is definitely watching out over his word to perform it. What is that, Jeremiah 1:12? He's definitely watching over. All of a sudden, the temple underground comes up from below ground. You know what? That'd be crazy. That would be crazy. Yeah, I want to go home so badly. Yeah, biggest gas producer in the world. I know, they have so much. The whole thing, even their Leviathan and everything else that they have. Man. And that's part of the reason that, yeah, Israel's they're gonna come in Ezekiel 38:39 for their booty and their plunder, and they're gonna come after for what they have, because they're gonna want that of weaponry and of goods and of resources. That's gonna be huge too, because this is crazy. Man, this is really wild. Me just watching the world scene, seeing a literal changing of the guard. All the things going on in Africa, the ID for Africa becoming a huge technology hub. Africa, I know, you're like, what? There's so many crazy things that are happening. But we were told this. What was that? Yeah, the Agenda 2030. We were told this, that it was all, and this was part of. Remember the eight predictions, the World Economic Forum. Remember that the World Economic Forum, the eight predictions that America would no longer be a superpower, and this ties all into the Deagle reports and everything else. But there will be a handful of superpowers like China and these others, and we're seeing all these puzzle pieces being transformed and moved into place, and that's the. I mean, that's we're just seeing it all come together. I mean, X Swagger, it's great to see you too, and it's just wild. Let me see what's going on in chat. Elaine, oh no way, how are you doing? Oh, sweetheart, it's so great to see you. I've got to throw her in there. Oh my goodness, yeah, she's a moderator now. It's about time. What would you guys like to see? I don't want to keep this going forever because it is now 5:09. That's a great verse, James 5:9. Let's throw out a verse here. Oh, that's another one. I was in Zechariah 14. I was just talking to Luke Donelli earlier. He was throwing at me Luke 19:34. That's a fun search. Luke 19:34. But anyway, it was talking about when Israel will be surrounded in Zechariah 14. Oh man, I'm like a kid. My mind goes elsewhere so many times. James 5:9. Since it's 5:09, do not complain, brethren. I'm using the literal word app, and it's a NASB, but it's such a great study because you can hit on each word, and it'll actually pull up the Greek below it and stuff. It's cool. It's cool on the fly. I know other people use others. Do not complain, brethren, against one another, so that you yourselves may not be judged. Behold, the judge is standing right at the door. And a door is opened in Revelation 4:1. I wanted to read James 5:9 because it was 5:09. So there you go. But that's a fun one too when you do a search for the door or an open door. The Deagle report, yes. 12 tribes, yeah, the day will come. Yeah, Luke 19:43, the days will come upon you when your enemies will build an embankment around you and encircle you and hem you in and around on every side. That's right. When you tie it in, and I had it pulled up, it was in Zechariah 14:4. Zechariah, if you guys aren't digging into the Old Testament, into your eschatology, it is a must read. Because that's one thing I failed early on in digging in was I was like, I don't need the Old Testament. That's for them. I'm under grace. I'm a New Testament guy. Yeah. We stick to the New Testament. Yeah. There's so much truth, and there's so many prophecies unfulfilled in the book of in the Old Testament. That's what I'm saying. That's right. You got to be so careful with replacement theology. Oh my gosh, you so do. Because then you're calling God a liar. Woo! Wouldn't want to be there. Yeah, when it ties into Zechariah 13:3 and then Zechariah 14:4, when it talks about Israel's going to be hemmed around when they come in to do a full-on Holocaust, it's going to make the one that they had in Auschwitz look like nothing, because that's their goal. Zechariah 14:4, in that day, his feet will stand on the Mount of Olives, which is in front of Jerusalem on the east, and the Mount of Olives will be split in the middle from east to west by a very large valley. So the half of the mountain will move toward the north and the other half toward the south. Verse 3, then the Lord will go and fight against those nations as when he fights on a day of battle. That's another phenomenal search when you find out how many times the Lord has fought in days of battle before. But the verse right before that is the key. For I will gather all the nations against Israel or against Jerusalem to battle. All the nations against Jerusalem to battle. This is the final straw at the end of the 7 years when they want to wipe off every Jew. They want to make the Holocaust go 100% like nothing. They want to make that look like Sunday school because they want to wipe off, because they are going to blaspheme God of heaven so much. But you read it, and it's just it's phenomenal because it ties right in. Because in that day they are going to cry out, and this is what God is going to say. This is my people, and they will reply back, and the Lord is my God. They will they will cry out to Him, and this is when He comes back with us regally and royally in Revelation 19. Oh, He puts an end to it. It's going to be unreal, guys. This is the stuff I get excited about. This is the stuff I love digging into. I could even just put away all of the news. I could put away all this other crap in this world. Because the 31,103 verses, there are so many things that are just. The 404 verses of the book of Revelation alone is like. Oh my word. It is insane, and people don't like it when I talk like this, but I don't care because this is real, and this is life, and this is what's coming. Doesn't care what you believe or what you like or don't like. It's the truth, and people don't like it. I get it. Because people have tickling ears. They want to go elsewhere. Because I used to be the same way. I'm like, I don't want to hear this. I don't want to hear this. Now I hear people laughing. I have to make sure they're not. Yeah, the Kev R, the vapor. I was just reading that to Mom. I was over. All right, you guys are gonna get me digging here, but it was 1 Corinthians 3. I was just reading that to her. The vapor, the whole thing, verses 10 through 15. Remember that. 1 Corinthians 3. Oh no. 2 Corinthians 3 9 through 11. That's right. 2 Corinthians 5. My bad. And you guys get me nervous now. There it is. For we must all appear. 2 Corinthians 5:10. For we must all appear. That word is heskaton. One by one by one by one. Individually. For we must all appear before the judgment seat of Christ, so that each one, there's the heskaton. Each one individually, one by one by one by one, may be recompensed for his deeds done in the body, according to what he has done, whether good or bad. And that word bad is phallon or fallow. It's like stuff that doesn't matter. It's like a whirlwind. It's like a dust devil. It's something you can't capture. It's something that's not eternal. It's something that's not. This is when we put all of the things that we've done for our lives. We put it through the fire. So we put that through the fire, and that's what comes out. Is it? So, all right. My stomach is growling, and I probably need to get going. So it is now 5:15. But you guys have been a lot of fun, and I just want to say thank you. And I see the numbers going down because I get digging into the word. But hey, it is what it is. Child of God, hey, how are you doing? It is great to see you. And if I've missed anybody in here, Christy C. Oh, thank you, Christy. You are a moderator, sweetie. Thank you, Marty Lauderdale. You didn't have to do that. Oh my goodness, that's right. D23, that's right. Dawn Riverstone, there's nothing in the Old Testament that doesn't speak of Jesus. You're so right, because even the book of Revelation, you will not understand the book of Revelation if you haven't read the 65 before it. Because when you do, then that final book makes sense. Because it combines, it's the grand finale. Revelation 1:1 is the revelation. It's the revealing. It's the Detroit Auto Show. It's it's the unveiling. It's the revealing of Jesus Christ. It's the whole thing. You know, even chapter 16, even 13 about the seals, 12, the woman, 11, the two witnesses, 7 and 14, the 144,000. It's nothing about the third. Who's the third toe and the second leg? It's not about this. The whole book is about Jesus. The whole book is about Jesus Christ. The whole book is about Jesus Christ. It's so cool. It's so cool. You guys are awesome. I'm not a dude. Yes, he is. I know you're not. Jesus saves. PJ Sponsor, it's great to see you. Yes, Jesus died for all, and he died once and for all. That was another verse, and I had a video I was going to throw up, and it's an old Whiteheart song, Once and for All. And just reading that, that's such a Detroit's on strike, EOT. I know. First info in Genesis. I know, Bill. It's so cool. I love even the first use of the word what? Grace is in what? What is it? Genesis 8? And the word love is Genesis 10, I believe. Yeah, there's so many cool things. Yeah, Middle East prophetic news. Oh, Sherry Charles. Oh, thank you. No, no, no. You guys are awesome. And, I wish they had Telegram for like browsers, but you honestly, don't you have to do the app? You have to download that thing. Because, yeah, you have to put in like your phone number and stuff, which kind of stinks for others who don't want to. No, I won't leave yet. No, I won't leave yet. But my stomach's ground. But no, there's so many things like that. I just want to share and throw out. I mean, even the Book of Revelation. There's so many things you can pull out. No, things that just make your mind go whoa. Oh. Lee Brainerd, he does a phenomenal study on that. I my buddies used to make fun of me because I used to listen to Jack Van Impe back in the day, and that's how I got started. Actually, Jack Van Impe, I started watching his videos 81, 82, those old tapes, VHS tapes, and then we'd see them on TBN or whatever was on the channels. But I just had a passion for that, like in 82, 81, 82, and then excuse me, I didn't actually get saved until 86. So I was actually, because I had a head knowledge. Mom and dad, mom was a nurse, so she made more than dad, and she, they suffered. They put us through, both me and my sister, both, they put us through Christian school, and Christian school is easy. Oh my goodness, the cost and whatnot, but oh, Sir Pierce the Veil, guys, he is all that. Hope it's a guy. Hope it's, no, it is, sir. So, yeah. But yeah, but just, having that head knowledge and not having a new heart. Ezekiel 36, 26, taking out that stony heart and putting, a new heart. I didn't have that. I had the head knowledge. And I fear for the church today. There's so many out there who call themselves believers, but they just know Christian facts. That's all they know, or just Christian words, Christian facts. Or I'll believe that, but I don't believe that. Or they use the Bible like a juice bar. Like, I'll have this today. No, I want this today. No, I'll choose this today. And that's fine. He can be a Calvinist, that's another thing. People use these big names. I'm like, what? Maybe I should dig into those. And I know there's some beliefs and stuff. And, a lot of us still like Martin Luther stuff. But Martin Luther was so wrong on the Jews. But Martin Luther said God is through with the Jews. I mean, he's the one that did the whole the German nobility. I mean, he wrote that they are the Christ killers. Kill the Jews. I mean, Martin Luther is one who promoted anti-Semitism. So yeah, for that to be out there, like, whoa, and that's what Hitler read, and he put that in motion, and he's like, all right, they killed the Jews, I'm going to kill the Jews. They killed Jesus, I'm going to kill them, and horrible, but man. Traditional churches teach, yeah, but if anything, the COVID thing was a huge thing, and I use this out of context, but, come out of her, my people, in a way that was the best thing ever, because it took us who, and it tells us in First and Second Thessalonians especially, verses, what is that, 9 and 10, I think, of chapter 2, that those who perish because they are not lovers of the truth. John 17:17. Your word is truth. Sanctify them in your word. Your word is truth. God's word is truth. And they were not truth lovers. They did not love the word of God. They did not commit. They did not give. And that's the biggest thing too, because that's the biggest mind mess up ever. You're believing in something that happened, who we've never seen. You know what I mean? We haven't seen pictures of the cross. We haven't seen Jesus except for drawings in Sunday school. I mean, we're given descriptions of him in Revelation. We're also given descriptions of him. Where's the other one? Daniel 7. We're given descriptions of him graphically in Revelation 1, Daniel 7 also. I mean, but if anything, that caused us to come out of there and because it snapped me out of my mainstream Christianity, if that makes sense. Um, Listening to the Air Ones, listening to the K love them, love Christian music. Don't get me wrong, I love the praise and worship. Uh, Grew up on that. I have a heart for that. But I've kind of pulled out of that in a sense, trying to pull out of the world more, if that makes sense. Into pulling out of the world more, and more, into the word more. I mean, this is a tough one, and this is they shoot my great to see you. uh, it's just wild how this is a. Well, hi, girl. Now I've got people saying hi to me, so I need to finish this up. But you guys, didn't mean to turn this into a Bible study. But there's just so many things on my mind. There's so many things I want to share, but you guys are a lot to me, and you guys ask for your prayers. Ask for your prayers, because deception is so strong. And if we don't know the truth inside and out, we're going to fall for deception. If you don't know the truth inside and out, you're going to fall. I mean, this is crazy, because there's no like gray anymore. Have you guys noticed that? There is no preach, brother, always. No, but and I want to. I'm not a preacher. I'm not even a teacher. But I'm a nerd. I want to share. But we're supposed to lift others up, help each others up, and, because this is why we're supposed to sharpen iron. And this is, we're supposed to help encourage one another and to help put on the other's armor. I mean. We need to be asking others, where are you in the Word? What are you reading? What are you getting out of it? When's the last time you've shared the gospel? When's the last time you've talked to others about Jesus? When's the last time you've shared your faith? When's the last time? This shouldn't be hard things, but it is. This is. I mean, this is the. I don't know, but we're not. I think we're getting ready to bypass even like a pagan. Going into we're going to bypass pretty much like the Old Testament pagan days, and it's like, because even when they worshipped the dragon who gave power to the beast, they worshipped Lucifer. They became Satan worshipers. They worshipped the dragon who gave power to the beast. I was just reading that. It's like Revelation 13, I think 7, 6, 7, something like. But we're going into a time, guys, that man, I mean, even men's hearts will fail them for fear, seeing those things which are come upon the earth. Men's hearts will fail them for fear. The Greek wording there is opsuko. It's like your spirit will pop out. You'll literally I mean, this is nuts. So many things are getting ready to happen, and so many people, I don't know if they're blinded. But you know what? That's another study too. When you dive into like the tares and the wheat and the tares, you realize that the tares were put there on purpose. They're meant to be in there among us. Isn't that, would you? Wow. There's so much, guys. I mean, the deception is coming so strong. Yeah, I just ask for your prayers. And I'm gonna ask you guys, what would you? Again, I just want to be a servant. I don't know if we have hours left. I don't know if we have days left. I don't know if we have years left, but we have now left. And I'm speaking to you now. And how can I be a blessing to you? Different guys, people who watch me are unsaved. I have saved and I have unsaved. I have pre-tribulation people. I have mid-trib. I have post-trib. I have pre-wrath. I have no trib. You know what I mean? I've got it all, and I get that. But how can I help, or how can I do? Hey, Anthony, how are you doing? Maybe, Cindy, maybe. I hope it's in 2 minutes. I mean, it's possible. Yeah, I don't know. And, and I used to, for those who say the Lord's coming at noon tomorrow, or they're going to be wrong in 23 time zones. You know what I mean? So, yeah, Daryl, the tribulation's so close. Oh my gosh, dude. In this whole Revelation, or the Revelation 6:1, the whole thing, the Daniel 9:27, the whole thing, that is so getting ready to get going. And that's another thing. I mean, there's different trains of thought too. Could it be, we know he's human man, something of that, but it could be of a saucer type? Could he be coming down? We know the king of the north. We know the Assyria. We know, the Zechariah. I was telling that to Mom. The Zechariah 11:17 is the one where it talks about the mortal head wound in the eye that ties into Revelation, where the Antichrist comes alive. And then that's the verse where it talks about his right eye and his withered arm. So that one's AI is so yeah. Oh, I hope so, Cindy. I hope so, man. I hope it's yeah. Just be ready. I'm with you 100%. The sister, that's right. Who was that saying that? People be ready. Jesus is coming soon. We'll be going home. I mean, yeah. And they say ballpark gospel first until we go. I've created a gospel toolkit. I love that. Yeah, the gospel's all that matters. The power of God to save. That's right. Dig Deeper Ministry. Jonah 2:9. Salvation is of the Lord. So true. So true. Daniel 5:23. God holds, your life's breath in His hand. We're all one life breath away, one stroke away, one heartbeat from eternity. That enough. Man. No matter what. Hey, Sean Marie, great to see you. Guys, there's so many good people in here. Oh my goodness, Anthony. I mean, there's so many good people. I do need to get going. I don't want to go, but I just want to be an encouragement to you guys. Because you guys have been an encouragement to me. I want to bring more news. But I also want to bring truth. I want to bring. And everyone has to find not their own way to the Lord, because, I mean, there's only one way. Jesus said, I am the way, the truth, the life. No one. What's for dinner? Great question. Mrs. Bubba isn't home, so I might just do a PB&J or something on the fly. Something kind of different, something fun, something easy. You're so fun. Do more lives. Emergy, you have been a lot of fun. Connie T, you have too. Sister, I'm with you. I don't care. Right, whatever God has for me. Right. No, I totally get it. It's just, because forsake not the assembling. And if anything, people need somewhere like this. Sir Pierce the Veil Nail, just being here, you're an encouragement. No, you, Coffee Angel, you, Anthony, all of you are an encouragement. I mean, because this is what they want. They want us separate. They want us out there. And Cindy, no, sweetie, I've seen you do your videos that you're playing, and met you through others and stuff. It's just Marty. I mean, there's more. There's so many guys. There's so many of you cool guys in here. Lindy Cass. I mean, so many of you guys. I can't even tell you half of where I've met all you from along the way, but it has been just. It's been fun. And you know what Jesus says to, we're to entertain others, not even the entertaining angels unaware, not even that one, but, and it doesn't mean to like literally open your house and, have parties 24/7, but it means every single person you come into contact with, they're a human being. They shouldn't be a stranger. Like, hi, how are you? I mean, you know what I mean? How we are missing even those basics so much in real life today. Hi, how are you? Dig deeper. Luke Donelli and others of you, and even in here who do the DoorDash and stuff, you guys know exactly what I'm talking about, because no one says hello to you anymore when you walk into a restaurant. No one says, I'll be right with you. There's no community. There's no custom. I was a flight attendant for 14 years. I started as a waiter, this, that, the other. I've done pest control. I've done management. I've done sales. But the customer service has always been entwined into you. And, but I think it helps I know it helps. Proverbs tells us that Even those who are unbelievers that still live a godly lifestyle will have better lives than those who don't. John Donnie, I know, buddy, I am crazy. Yeah, but just that whole customer service experience, and it's so much fun to, hey, what happy, yeah, they have head knowledge, no heart knowledge. I know. It's true. It is true. Marty, it's great to see you. In eternity, we will know, even as we fully know, no strangers. No introduction necessary. Oh, I know it. And I think that's, you know what? Well, then you just took away my thought process, Bill, because I figured I was going to spend half of all eternity just going from each believer, one to one to one to one, and just saying, so how did you come to know the Lord? Because if I already know how their life's going to be, oh, man. No, but you guys are always. Oh no, I just only Jesus saves. I just did. No, and Anthony, yeah, Anthony, good people. So many good people's in here. Yeah, you guys are all so much fun. And if anything, Shulamite, great people. Rebecca H. No, it's just seeing all of you in here and just knowing that the majority of you out there have the joy of the Lord, and you can see the joy of the Lord in the chat, and you can see how like. It's just exciting. So yes, I will come back. I'll do more lives. I don't want to bore people. That's been my whole thing. I'm just a voice. But I'm a child of the King, and that's another amazing study. When you check into the white linens versus the white robes in the Book of Revelation, and you realize the white robes that are given to us, the saints, in Revelation 4 and 5 and 19 and 21, 22 is hymation. And it's priestly garments, and they're already purified, they're already white, and they don't need washed. The robes that you find in Revelation 6 and 7 are stole, and those have to be washed by the blood. So that's all I'm going to leave with you guys, but thanks for watching. You guys have been a great encouragement to me, and there's just so much I want to dig into, but there's so much excitement going out there, and I have a feeling it's going to rain, so I better get off of here. But thank you guys for being here. You guys are great. I love you guys. We'll talk to you soon, and I'll see you here, there, in the air. And let's see if I can do this. No, thank you guys. I must be French. No, man, I'm just an old flight attendant, but you guys are great. Thank you so much. All right, we'll talk to you later. Bye.